But yeah, since there's downtime right now, yeah, 2024 has been kind of surreal. Life wise and all that stuff. Kind of like learning how to like like live again, right? Was doing that. Was trying to figure that out like 2023, of course. Like again, if you saw like my video year in review of 2023, yeah, like that was kind of like my state of mind, like my state at the time. But yeah, just trying to learn how to live again. Um, trying to go out and make some friends, especially in the fighting game community, right? Going to tournaments. Uh, yeah, just being more social and stuff, and trying to live a life. And at the same time, try still learning how to be a dad. My son is 2 now, and yeah, no, he's just still a bundle of joy, but he's in those terrible twos, and he's currently teething right now. And he's dealing with a fever, so like yeah, it sucks, but like he's cranky, so yeah, he's doing what a 2-year-old does, right? So yeah, like I said, learning how to live again and smiling more. This year's is good. This year feels good. At the same time, it's someone in my situation, that feeling of losing a loved one doesn't go away like completely, right? I'll have my moments of like feeling hurt and just remembering something that reminds me of my late wife, right? So yeah, it's just the process of life, and just going through, not go through the motions, but like going through the process of continuing to heal, continuing to live and live on, and yeah, and respecting and cherishing cherishing the life, right? Cherishing the life that I'm still here, uh but like I said, anyways, but personal stuff aside, like I moved back from my in-laws to my old house, well, basically my parents' house, in like the end of April, May, and trying to set all this up. Right, had this plan of like trying to do full content creation full time. So like I did that like in the start of September, not start of September, like kind of like end of September, right? Um, and I'm happy that I was able to do it for a full year for 2024 when September hit. Like, I didn't feel like I needed to find a job like immediately or anything. But yeah, just continuing to do this and continuing to grow, which I'm very, very happy about. It's a lot of work, of course. You don't. There's two sides of this when it comes to content creation, right? So yeah, you have the freedom, right? You have the freedom to make your own hours and do whatever kind of work that you want to do, right? At the same time, you don't I mean, pay wise, like it's less than I was making at a regular job, right? So, uh, and I don't have the luxury of blaming someone else if like things are not going right? So like, everything falls on me in particular. So like if I'm slacking and say making content, doing a live stream, making videos of some sort, that's actually on me, because like either whatever the reason is, I'm too tired or feeling lazy or whatever the reason is. But like I had that sense of urgency now. It's like, I gotta put something out there, and it doesn't go away with the way I do the work, right? I do it through like live streams, right? I live stream like as active as I possibly can, and whatever like off time or day off that I have, I try to put a video together. I'm trying to be in that like workflow state of like, okay, if I'm not live streaming, I should put out a video. Or like if I'm not live streaming, I should like record some content, right? So I'm always thinking about these things, and it's a lot of work, right? You're wearing a lot of hats, right? You're not only making content, you're live streaming, You're putting in the idea again. He's trolling the shit out of him with the jabs. Um. Ooh, that's it. Oh no! Wow, that's it. Maybe that's not kill. No, that's not kill. All right, they're evened up now. Just one more touch. Yeah, trying to think of that balance, right? Whether it's like streaming and recording content, streaming or editing, streaming and whatever, right? So that's where I'm at, and what I'm trying to keep like active is just the workflow state, right? And not just like rely on streaming, leaning on streaming, not just leaning on making videos. I'm just trying to be as active as I can be. And I feel like right now, where I'm at now, like I'm doing okay in terms of putting out a video and doing live streams. I mean, I just put out like a short, just like edited together and all that stuff. But like I still have ideas of what I want to put out on the YouTube channel, right? Because live stream, you could just live stream and talk while you're playing a video game, right? But YouTube content is a different beast, because like there's thought and planning into it, and maybe the video will take off, maybe videos will take off, maybe they won't, maybe they're slow burns, and that's something I'm always aware of when it comes to making like video content. So I'm just trying to think of like what is the intention of making a video. Like, oh, of course, yeah, I want to make stuff that I would like to make. At the same time, I'm trying to consider what does the audience want to see too, right? Like if a video takes off, where it's like my reaction videos of a particular game, maybe I can hone into that. Or but if there's like a video reaction or playing a game where not a lot of people are like really into it, or not a lot of people are receiving it right away. Again, we're thinking about the slow burn, right? Evergreen content. I have to think about those things, right? And what do I want to do in return? Or what do I want the return to be? Do I want it to be like upfront, like right away, or like the slow evergreen, like I said? So again, full-time content creation, a lot of fun, a lot of work as well. People that would just like say succeed in just streaming with having like thousands and thousands of viewers and people donating and stuff, like that's not everybody. There's a lot of content creators that are out there, at least especially streaming, that probably make good content, and nobody really watches it because there's very, very saturated in terms of this space. Not just like fighting game content, but like video game content in general. So me trying to figure out like what is my take on like making content right now. Right now I'm thinking like I like playing fighting games, especially, right? And I like story, so I like to dive into why the character's story is the way it is, or like why does it matter, or what are their motivations to be in a fighting game, like a martial arts tournament or a fighting game tournament, right? So that's where like a lot of my videos are just let's plays of me playing like a single player story mode. It comes from because yeah, I want to know, right? And the chronological order of that. So I've been slacking on that in particular, because I've been meaning to play through all the like the Fatal Furies, right? Fatal Fury. I'm currently I haven't put out a video in a while of this series. I'm currently going through Fatal Fury 2, and I have to go through all the characters. I did like 4, maybe 5 characters, and I still need to go through the rest, right? And then once I go through that, then I go to Fatal Fury 3, and then maybe whatever real bout, or actually maybe I'm probably going to play all the real bouts if anything, but then try to get to Garo, Mark of the Wolves, to get ready for Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, right? So that's a lot of let's plays and trying to get endings and get good endings, right? again, lot to think about. And there's people that like the storyline stuff of fighting games. Others like, yeah, I don't really care, right? You just want to play the video game and like what's the good combo strats and what's the good meta about this character, right? So yeah, I mean that's how I like to put out content, and people if people vibe with it, great. If not, that's okay too. I'll figure something out. I mean, I'm just throwing darts at a board, right? See what sticks and what doesn't. Kind of tangenting, but like I'm just talking, right? Again, tonight is very free form. It's 10:44 right now. About like an hour plus away for New Year's 2025. So no way I'm kind of commentating in a sense, but like that's another aspect of of what 2024 was, right? For me. All right, so I'm looking at like what I streamed so far. How far back I went. 2 months ago. When did I start streaming Twitch? If you want to watch the archive of streams, you can go over to the YouTube side, but also Twitch. But like it goes back. It only goes so far back. I think I started streaming on Twitch around Evo Japan. Maybe even before that. Maybe by... No, not Helldivers 2. I think Eden Chronicle? 100 Heroes? Kind of curious. Let's see. Yeah. Eden Chronicle. That's when my bed wasn't even installed. Yeah, around Eden Chronicle time. Because after that, so that was April. Yeah, April. So I moved. Yeah, okay, I moved back home like around April time. Let's see. Yeah. And this was March. Yeah. Well, now I was at the other house. Oh. Ah. See my brother Eddie's like chat messages. Yeah, like I like if that's another thing about this year was like kind of as good as it was like real life. I lost like one of my best friends. I considered a brother, and that was Eddie. He yeah, just seeing his old chat messages. Yeah, sad and happy at the same time, right? Because like sad, like yeah, he's no longer here. But the silver lining and nice thing is that the chat messages are still there, so I get to see that if I want to look back, right? Well, yeah, let's see. Trying to think of anything else to say about 2024. I mean, I guess I can talk about the next part of it. What entailed in 2024, like starting debuting my commentary for fighting games or in 2024. I started in January with Captain No Fun. Right, we started at the same time, and yeah, no, it's been crazy trying to. I'm on the older side of like this scene in NorCal right now, right? So, not that I expect to like win or anything or just be really good. Like, I just want to play good Street Fighter when it comes down to it, right? Whether I win, like that's crazy, right? With what the caliber of players that we have here, but to be knowledgeable to the point where I can talk about the game on a live stream, like that's great. Especially when it kind of goes hand in hand with like me making content full time, right? And being a live streamer and talking as actively as I can, for like a live stream session. So to be able to do that and find my way with it, right? Like I'm with commentary. I started off with Street Fighter 6, of course. Then when Guild House was doing, and it started out with Guild House. And then when Guild House was starting to do Tekken and nobody was up there, I was like, hey, why don't I give it a shot? I like Tekken, right? I'm not as knowledgeable. I wasn't as knowledgeable back then about like what's plus, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, the lingo of things, right? I started it out and just gave it a shot, and I continued to grow and like learn up my knowledge of characters and the name of their moves and like not frame data because I'm not a frame data person, um, but like learning the lingo of Tekken, basically, and to be able to do that at the start of like the Guildhouse Tekken was a great opportunity, and I appreciate Guildhouse for giving me that opportunity to be able to commentate and hone in the craft, right, with Street Fighter and Tekken, and then to transfer over to like doing events like King's Cup, which is crazy because like I love King's Cup and just because it's in my area, right? I live in like the other side of the Bay Area, right, Daly City and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's on my neck of the woods. So like you're able to do commentary for King's Cup, like that's an amazing opportunity to continue to grow and hone in the craft, right? With people like Michelangelo and Spoons, right, and Caustic, and the people that have been holding it down in commentary, and Sly Coco, right? Captain No Fun as well, right? Again, like I said, we started at the same time and honing in the craft. Um, and still continuing to hone in the craft. We all have our different roads and paths to what we want to do with commentary, right? Like Captain No Fun has been going out there and doing the nationals, doing the big events now as of lately, right? So, and I'm starting to get there, right? We may have started at the same time, but like our paths are different, right? So like I hope to do those big events too, right? So it's kind of like the intention of what I want to do with it. So like yeah, it's great. It's amazing to do it at a place and with a game that you love to play and talk about. Um, so I will always be down to do commentary at like OTG events because I'm now. That's another thing that happened in 2024. I was not affiliated with like Guild House or Madhouse or OTG or anything, but having to become like learn, get to know OTG and one of their members, Spoons. Come to find out, he's like literally my neighbor, and then yeah, and then go to all the events with him and go to all the locals with him and Bocce and actually like help run events with Madhouse as well over with like Cartridge Cartel and King's Cup, and the biggest one we did so far was Rumble in SoCal, which was an amazing experience, and yeah, getting to know all those guys, and I really appreciate them taking me in. Um, when like they really didn't have to, right? I was enjoying playing fighting games, and if I had a chance to talk about it during like me trying to grow my commentary skill, I always appreciate it, So any opportunity to be able to do the commentary for like OTG and Madhouse, like I'm always down to. Especially, I'm not trying to be like forceful about it too. Just when there's an open spot, really, because I don't want to take anybody else's time. But yeah, like I don't want to take anybody's time. But you know, if there's an open spot, great. I'll be down to fill it in, and if anybody wants to jump in, yeah, I'll be happy to do it too, right? So like ooh, I love that bait. That was sick, actually. Because you thought he was gonna drive rush in, and then to be able to get an SPD. Oh, okay. Wow, good bait. I gotta watch out for that. Watch out for any sort of wake up tendencies. But like I said, like yeah, continuing to learn commentary under the tree of like of these guys, and I'm very much appreciative of that, you know, and to bring my style of it because I know I'm a flexible type of commentator, right? Um, I won't exactly give you I won't give you like frame data on this move or whatever unless I actually know it, but more often than not, I don't know the frame data. But I hope that you guys enjoy the commentary as like giving the moments, right? Whether like I actually whether I feel the hype of the moment or like oh hey that's an amazing sequence that so and so did. Um, so like yeah, I like to think like I'm a utility player in that sense, right? Like I can be as analytical as I can be, right? But at the same time, I do like that I'm able to give like the hype moments as well when I'm able to feel those moments too. I just want to make sure those moments are genuine rather than like me faking it and trying to do like fake hype. That's one thing I want to avoid. I want to make it. Ooh, that was sick. Ah, that would have been sick, right? I want to make sure those hype moments are genuine and not like fake and not like oh manufactured if anything, right? But yeah, like I said, commentary wise, it's amazing that I was able to get the opportunity to do it in the beginning of this year and to hone the craft and be able to do events like I said, starting from Guildhouse and Madhouse events and OTG to doing like the bigger 1 day regionals. The biggest one so far for me um, was Rumble in SoCal, and I would probably consider that like a regional, right? So like I still have that aim for 2025 to do those big events, right? To do like I recently applied for Frosty Faustings. He really wants that Dragon Screw. Um, I recently applied for Frosty Faustings, and I hope I do get it right. And I applied just at a whim, like let's see if I get it or not, right? If I do, great. If not, that's fine too, right? Like I'll still continue to give it a shot. But now I'm looking at these big events where they have commentary applications. Like yo, let's just give it a shot. The worst they can do is say no, right? So yeah, that's what I'm doing with when it comes to like what like my trajectory in terms of commentary and how I want to go about it with these things. And like I love that I get to do that with OTG and Madhouse. I get to represent I get to represent the local brand, right? The local scene with you know my brand of commentary and kind of pushing my brand too because again full time content creator, right? Doing my thing and to be able to do that you know, with fighting games is amazing, right? So like I'm really blessed that I got to know like you know Madhouse and OTG, right? And I appreciate Guildhouse for giving me that first time opportunity, right? Now I try to do whenever I do go to Guildhouse, I try to do commentary. Like it's I have to fight it out because so many people want to do commentary now. That's like as of late. That's why you haven't seen me in Guildhouse as of recent, because everybody wants to do commentary now. So goals for next year. I mean, what I talked about so far, right? In terms of the creating content, career, job thing, continuing to grow, continuing to take off, right? Continuing to be more active in that workflow state, and try to keep that consistent. Um, Traveling for sure, right? Not only for like commentary gigs, but like personal, taking breaks and all that stuff. Definitely is going to be needed as I continue to tackle, doing this full time and being a father, right? All that that entails. In terms of the commentary thing, try to get those bigger events, right? So two that I'm trying to gun, right? Trying to get are one is Frosty Faustings, right? Applied for that, and then Genesis, which is in our backyard. That's going to be coming up in February, so I hope, you know, hope they're able to get in a commentary slot there for either game or any game, right? Any of the games that they have. But the ones I particularly am focusing on are Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. So, and considering that Genesis is now a Red Bull qualifier, so yeah. So it'd be amazing to put that on the resume, right? A commentary resume. But I'll be continuing to apply for like the big events, but also like the big regionals too, because I started to do regionals with the help of Madhouse and OTG. So yeah, being active in the content creating sense, continuing to network. I got to know a content creator that I did commentary with at Rumble and SoCal named Switch Flip Jones. And we were talking about the Game Awards, and I was saying, like, yeah, I'm just going to stay home and co-stream it. And he was telling me, like, no, you should actually go to those watch parties because, yeah, you're going to network with people and you get to... he was like, that's how I got my, like, one of my first brand deals. I was like, oh, really? Interesting. Because I was considering going to the watch party. But then I just decided, I'll just stay home and co-stream it. So, kind of have to get out of my bubble some more when it comes to those types of things. Because me, like, I like to be comfortable, right? Like, even though I do this content creation stuff, like, I'm still like I associate as being as like an introvert, but I can be like an ambivert. Like, I can do both, be extroverted and introverted, but like I naturally am introverted. So, and I do have a social battery, so kind of have to get myself out there and talk to people and network with people. And so definitely going to be doing like more tournaments, whether it's competing or doing commentary. Hey Meisaku, how you doing? Less than 10 minutes to 2025. And I was kind of in a weird space in terms of competing too, right? Because I was like, because we were running a lot, like so many events, and like when we run events like Madhouse or OTG, I tend to not compete, to like just be hands on and whatever they need. But just just mentioning like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm done competing, right? But like Spoons and Bocce and them were like, no, you should just continue to compete, because not only like it's gonna feed like your competitiveness, because I do have a competitive side of me, but also helps with the commentary because I'm gonna be active in the game rather than like rely on whatever knowledge of like that I have currently, rather than like be actively playing the game and then talking about it. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. So the competing will continue, and we'll see how 2025 goes when it comes to competing, because if I get commentary gigs at the place that I'm competing in, I'm probably gonna drop out unless they find a way to work like my bracket window with my commentary window. Competing will continue. I want to continue to go out there more, go out to those other scenes because it's actually fun to see who's a killer in the local scene that may not like travel. Like, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this person? Yeah, it's tough. It's like I'm blessed to be in that area, to live in an area where locals are everywhere around me, right? I know they're majority based in San Jose, but like, yeah, we can have a San Francisco one, or we can have a Oakland / Berkeley one, right? A Dublin or Livermore one. Ooh, a Stockton one, right? But yeah, 2025. Here's to a new 2025. Let's have a lot of laughs. Let's have a lot of cheer and joy. Especially just being safe out there. Amazing opportunities, amazing adventures, all that stuff. For me, continue to grow this stream content creation. Try to continue to get those bigger content, get those bigger commentary gigs. Continue to hold it down with OTG and Madhouse. Continuing to be a better father, better person, better friend, better brother, better son. Yeah, all that stuff. So it's 2025, guys. Like, that's crazy. Think about. I feel like 2024 was such a blur. Like, I remember Genesis this year because of the first time going there. I remember Evo. I remember meeting STF for the first time. And then birthday came and went. And then the SoCal trip. And there's other stuff, but like, I'm just thinking right off the bat. Just thinking about it, just like, man, 2024 came and went.